Lilly relaxes her grip on the crosspiece pommel of her double-edged fine steel dagger. Caliandros never put on a disarming air. Unlike those twisted twins of Tyr, he's likely as chaste as he appears. Lilly has the letter to cult agent Solomon from an unknown Maugrim Korothir. More evidence of the cult.
I am pleased to see that you remain safe, my friend. Lord Nasher tells me he is confident of your success, though I do worry at the danger in which you place yourself. Have you yet discovered any new information on the cult?
Yeah, and of course Lilly has. She has that letter from Solomon naming Maugrim Korothir and additional locations, though she still hasn't even checked out, I think, the caves that Aarin Gend wanted her to look into.
This is good news. What have you discovered?
All right. Show Aribeth the letter.
The cult sought to strike against you through an agent, did they? Fortunate for us that their efforts proved fruitless. While this information you bring is incredibly valuable, it still does not tell us where the cult is based. We need that information if we are to strike at them. Fortunately, it does mention where more cultists may be found. Charwood and the Neverwinter Woods. Search those places, perhaps, for the information we seek.
Alright, so those are additional locations that the Inquisitor General will have to visit.
Have you found any other information?
Yeah, of course she didn't find anything else.
Then I wish you luck.
A shame the Sword of Tyr isn't as generous as the scales were for such evidence.
I am pleased to see that you remain safe, my friend. Lord Nasher tells me he is confident of your success, though I do worry at the danger in which you place yourself. Have you yet discovered any new information on the cult?
Yeah, of course she doesn't have anything else, but I think she's curious how Lady Aribeth is doing. Hopefully this isn't going to be taken as an insult.
Why do you ask me that? The spy master put you up to this, didn't he?
Of course, that's interesting. I don't think she can resist lying to say he did, just to see what that might be about.
Aarin is a dear man, but I find his concern over my lack of sleep to be somewhat unnecessary. Surely a few dreams are nothing to be alarmed of. The servants claim I speak in my sleep and say frightening things. They creep about me cautiously, like I have gone mad. And Aarin pays their superstitious twitterings far more heed than he should. After all that has happened with the plague and Fenthic, I think a disturbing dream or two is not so surprising, wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I think Lily's curious what she's dreaming about.
Now you too? Has the world gone mad, or is it me? These dreams are disturbing and frightening, but they shall pass. They are my burden to bear and no one else's.
Man, alright. Of course Lily wants to hear about them.
Perhaps you are right. Having the perspective of another on these dreams may not be a bad idea.
Alright, finally Lady Aribeth's gonna confide in Lily.
I am falling in the dream. Always falling. Surrounded by a heavy blackness which chokes and drowns me. Grasping hands reach out to me, and the voices, a cacophony of whispers that plead to me for help. And then I see a shrouded figure. It is Fenthic. He is walking away from me, and I run to catch him, but always he eludes me in the darkness. The voices get so much louder. They are accusing me, blaming me, and I feel ashamed, though I do not know what I am being blamed for. I cry out for help, for them to stop their assault, but I go unheeded. And then I catch up to the figure, and I see that it is not Fenthic. He turns and gazes at me with sad eyes, and I know it is Tyr. And then my god turns his back on me. These are my dreams. Perhaps now you can understand why I have not wished to discuss them. I am frightened of what they may mean.
And of course, that sounds like it'd be awfully disturbing to see her god turn his back on her as a paladin of Tyr. Yeah, I'm not sure Lily knows what to say. Alright. Probably just trying to relate with her.
That's kind of you to say. I am glad I told you at least. It makes the dream seem a bit smaller now. I do feel better for it, thank you. I am reminded a little of how I was introduced to the paladin life. You should ask me to tell you the tale sometime. Until then, however, let's return to the subject of your task. That is something we can focus on at least.
Alright, I think Lily will probably ask her to tell her that tale sometime.
Go with Tyr's blessing then, and be safe.
Lily's no stranger to disturbing or frightening dreams, but can't imagine why Tyr would appear to one of his champions so.
A little bird has informed me that someone has actually won Mutamin's little contest. Such a person must be mighty and clever indeed, don't you agree?
Of course, that's interesting. Plus, I'm distracted. He pronounced it Mutamin, not Mutamin. It's interesting. Okay. But, yeah. Wasn't clear whether she should report to him as well as far as the findings with Solomon's letter. Apparently not, though.
Aye. What would you have of me?
Yeah, Aarin Gend had started a story about, I think it was Randall the Red, how he met Lord Nasher. I think, Lily's curious if he might continue that tale now.
Aye, so I did. Though I had not expected that you would be truly interested in hearing the rest of the tale. Are you sure I am not boring you?
Yeah, if he does, I'm sure she'll let him know.
Ha! Of that I have no doubt. So be it. You will recall, I hope, that I made the majority of my early fame as the spy master for the infamous Randall the Red. Aye, that life continued much unabated. Our ship found safe harborage in Luskan, and Randall plagued the Neverwinter trade lines endlessly. Lord Nasher was not always the aged man you know now. When I first encountered him, he was a man in his prime, a veteran of the sword and in possession of a brilliant mind. Lord Nasher vowed to end Randall's reign over the waterways. He personally sailed from Neverwinter to seek and destroy our ship.
Yeah, probably asking how long ago that really was.
I was still a young man at the time, my friend. Our Lord Nasher already had a lifetime of adventure behind him, and was the greatest lord of the North. For 2 years we sparred, he and I. It was all I could do to discover his ingenious plots to find Randall, just in time to avoid them. Never had I labored so. Once, he even disguised himself and his men as Warkina priestesses shipping gold to Am, knowing that would draw Randall like a moth to the flame. Only at the last moment did I give in to my suspicions and warn Randall from their ship. It was a very close thing, however. In the end, it was I who betrayed Randall. He grew more desperate and more violent, plundering ships and killing all aboard. This he had never done before. When next the shadows told me of Lord Nasher's latest plot, I did nothing. I waited silently and watched as Nasher's men sprung from Randall's latest target.
Yeah, I don't think Lily's surprised to hear that a spy master stabbed somebody in the back.
Randall was no true friend. He made use of me, and I had needed him. It was a choice I had to make, and it was no easy one. I fully expected to be executed and waited grimly as I was rounded up with the rest of Randall's men. My fate, as I saw it, was sealed. I waited a long time in the dungeons of Castle Never. The first man who came to my dark prison, however, was none other than Lord Nasher himself. He was very intense and charismatic, and suspicious. I was, after all, a well-known pirate, yes? He asked me only one question. Why did you not warn Randall the Red of my attack? I told him that even though I served Randall, I could not allow what he was doing to continue. Lord Nasher seemed surprised by my answer. So you would betray any man you served if you did not agree with his actions? He asked me. And I had only one answer. I said I would betray any man who I felt was wrong, and my only regret was that I had waited as long as I did with Randall. He smiled at me, and said that he only hoped that if he did something wrong, that I would tell him first. I asked him if this meant I was to serve him now. To that he said, no. I was to serve Neverwinter. That was to be my sentence. I am 20 years into my sentence now, my friend, and I have been thankful for each year of it.
Wow, 20 years into service. Yeah, I think she's curious what the terms of his service really are then.
Not truly, my friend. I have come to admire Lord Nasher and love Neverwinter with all my heart. It is a prison that suits me well. And had I left, I never would have met my Calli.
Alright, of course he interrupted himself. Sounded like a woman. Of course Lily's curious.
It is nothing, my friend. Something best forgotten that I should not have brought up. Your original question has been answered, I hope. Let us return to the topic of your mission and speak no more of me today.
Alright. Maybe he'll talk a little bit later. She can get that out of him. Who he was about to mention.
I shall await your return then. Be safe and Godspeed.
Lily's not impressed the spymaster knew of her meeting Mutamin's challenge. Why, every fool drunk at the Alliance Arms probably knows as well. But she's certainly interested who this Calli might be. If Aarin betrayed Randall, he'd likely betray Lord Nasher, just given the right opportunity. All that moralistic posing doesn't fool her. A feather for a better bounty. She hopes.
'Tis good to see you again. Have you had any luck tracking down the bounties?
Yeah, of course Lily has one of the ears, Zoor's. Aye, you found one of the convicts. Or, I guess, giving him Zoor's ear. 'Tis indeed the markings that the men of the Bulwark told me of. Congratulations, lass. You've done a service for us all. I'd be pleased to offer you the bounty for it then. Yeah. Of course, surely it has to be worth more than that. Not even sure what he gave her. You'd be right. Me coffers be small, but I'll add what I can for your reward. You did earn it. Alright, of course she doesn't have any other ears. Well, I hope he finds them bastards. Something else I can do for you. I think that was all. Alright, wishing her luck.
350 coin for a Minotaur ear isn't bad. Too bad they're not in Waterdeep. She could simply pay a few Bulwark guards who understand a good opportunity when it's presented to them for some tattooed ears of the right breed. Say 50 coin apiece. And be done with this bounty hunter business. Tidy profit and all. Alas, she'll have to do it the hard way. No matter. She hasn't forgotten about the hazel healer and everything Little Red mentioned happened over Shieldmeet either.
I hoped that you would return, so I waited here. I've hardly damaged anything since you left. I thought you'd be proud. May I join with you once more, my friend?
Alright, so Lily finally reuniting with Linu.
Lily asks Linu to sit. She has something important she wants to discuss about the Blacklake Bard. She was in tears, thoroughly inconsolable, about Dannen, because someone put it into her misguided head that there's still a chance for them when there isn't. Lilly goes on to explain how Dannen was that worm that they scrawled at the mask, and reminds the dusty diviner how obviously happy he appeared, with his newfound exotic omnian beauty, laughing and kissing on a balcony in Athkatla.